What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm in a neighborhood I've been wanting to explore for a while, which is Brownsville. And a lot of people, they warn me not to come around here. Oh, they like freak out when I say I want to come here, but I know there's more good and bad happening over here. So I want to check out to see what's going on over here. And without further ado, join me. So I'm starting my walk around Saratoga Avenue, but I'm gonna make it to the northern part of Brownsville, and then make it to the main street, Pitkin Avenue, and start making it deep down South Brownsville to see what can I find. So just a little history. This neighborhood was founded in 1858, and it was composed by a settlement, mostly Jewish workers. But then this neighborhood used to be mostly Jewish between 1880, and then in the 1950s, it did a drastically change of demographics. Mostly African American came over here. So we're gonna see what's happening over here so far. Also, another thing about this neighborhood is mostly residential. As you can see, a lot of houses, a lot of apartment complex. But I think I'm gonna make it towards Howard Avenue so I can merge into the northern part by Eastern Pkwy. And I'm probably gonna walk around Bergen Street to see what's going on. One thing I noticed according to the map, there's a lot of local parks in Brownsville, so we're gonna see what's happening. You can see I've made a detour one of the streets, and it's just a lot of houses. And based on my first observation, yeah, it is mostly African-American community. But yeah, you know, you got to explore every single area of New York City. And it's what makes New York City unique, you know, the different types of neighborhoods and nationalities that we have over here. So I'm gonna make it ahead. I think Eastern Pkwy should be ahead of me. And then I will merge into the northern part of Brownsville to see what's going on here. We got like a newer version of apartment complex. So even over here, it seems like they're developing. Now I'm in Eastern Pkwy, which is a big parkway around here that goes throughout different neighborhoods. And the cool thing about Brownsville, it borders with other neighborhoods like Crown Heights, Canarsie, even Bed-Stuy, Stuyvesant. But I'll show you what's going on over here. You see like a lot of apartment complex, the main highway. But I think a block ahead should be Saratoga Avenue, so I'll merge left to see what's going on in some of the regular neighborhoods. So far, you know, I'm liking it. You know, it's like any other type of neighborhood. Nothing crazy, but we'll see what happens when we go to Pitkin Avenue and when we start making it deep down. But yeah, the architecture here is pretty nice too. Here you can see it's just apartments, and I think if I start making it more towards the southern Brownsville section, it's mostly houses, like residential houses. As I was riding the 3 train over here, I saw like a lot of people that they were, you know, working. Here it seems like they develop a new apartment complex. Yeah, it's a new building over here, so it seems like they're trying to change it around here too. So it seems like no neighborhood in New York City is safe from what's coming. Not sure this is going to be one of those buildings of Housing Connect or the gentrification. But yeah, the Saratoga Avenue is right here, so gonna merge to my left to see what's going on. Then we got this ahead of me, which is called The Hill Wine and Liquor. So far it looks pretty cool here. So I'm gonna walk a couple of blocks here to Bergen Street, because I noticed there are some pretty nice looking apartment complex. And then I'm gonna make it back down and head towards the main street of Brownsville, which is Pitkin Avenue. That should be the shopping district with a lot of stores and maybe restaurants or something. You know, like I said, it's my first time in this neighborhood. But hey, happy to be here to see what can I find and explore around. And this here is like any other type of neighborhood you'll get in Brooklyn, New York. Kind of resembles a bit of Bushwick, or even some parts of Williamsburg. Then we got this new apartment complex over here. That's pretty nice. Then you get a deli or a bodega in the corner. So yeah, if I keep going ahead, there should be another section called Ocean Hill, which in the future I'm gonna explore it. I've never been either to Canarsie nor East New York, but definitely someday I'll check it out. So I'm gonna go that way, but I made a detour over here because I want to show you how cool the street is. These are, they develop a lot over here and they're trying to make it look nice. But then you can see, look, it's all like brand new buildings. Not sure if it's the same architect because they look, you know, pretty much similar. And I love how wide the sidewalks are. Wow, this is pretty cool. And I bet in the summertime it's even nicer, you know, when the leaves come out of the trees. Should be like a a couple of weeks, we should start getting like the cherry blossoms, because spring is around the corner. We're in March. But yeah, pretty cool streets, allowing us to make it back to Saratoga and keep exploring the neighborhood. And then over here is St. Mark's Avenue. If you make a left, it will take you all the way to Crown Heights in the historic district. So all of the streets, they connect with each other. So you, like I say, most of the neighborhoods in New York City, not just Brooklyn, they're super walkable. So like you can connect from one side to another one without having to hop in the train or anything. And then a block ahead of me should be Bergen Street, which I want to check it out. Then I'll merge back probably the Eastern Pkwy and start walking towards Pitkin Avenue. It's Bergen Street right here. And the first thing you notice is a new apartment that they built. Or who knows, maybe it's a couple of years old, but you know, it looks new compared to the other buildings. But then ahead of me, I'm gonna see some nice architecture. Also, they have like a bike lane. So, you know, this neighborhood is also bikeable. Like a lot of neighborhoods in New York City, you know. So like I said many times, a lot of cities in the United States should take notes from New York City, Boston, a lot of cities in the Northeast that are pretty walkable. But yeah, like I said, ahead of me is gonna be pretty cool. So here we got these apartments that are pretty nice. And I'm a huge fan of old architecture, but then the ones towards my left is gonna be even nicer. So you can see beautiful architecture. So it's mostly like apartment complex, you know, all connected together. And then you got a house, a couple of houses like this that they have their own driveway. And I think this would be like a little local park ahead. So here we got a local park. It looks like they renovated the basketball court and everything. Then they got a skating area over that way. But yeah, pretty cool. I'm probably gonna make my way towards the other side. I haven't played basketball in years. But yeah, this is a really cool local park. And then you got a lot of young kids ahead, skating in a new development, a building over there. So far this is pretty cool. And there's a playground to my left too. Yeah, I like this area a lot. It's pretty nice. So I'm on Walkaway Avenue that goes all the way down south of Brownsville. But I'm gonna make it back to Eastern Pkwy, back to the Saratoga Avenue, and start making it to Pitkin Avenue to see the action that's happening over there. And this is Eastern Pkwy. You can see they renovated the sidewalk, so look how wide it is. It's kind of reminding me of the last video I made in the Bronx by Morris Heights, where they got like wide, you know, sidewalks like this. And this is like residential complex, and then behind some of the old buildings, that's a new building that they pop up. But now we're gonna make it really deep in Brownsville. So I made it to East New York Avenue. You know, East New York is another neighborhood in Brooklyn that doesn't get a good reputation. But over here you just see like a lot of apartment complex, probably mostly low income building. But then I know like a block ahead from here should change the vibe. So that's where you're gonna see all the activity going on. Then here you see they're developing a brand new apartment complex. So it seems like little by little they're trying to change it. But then ahead of me should be Pitkin Avenue. And according to what I've researched in the maps and stuff, that's where the shopping district of Brownsville is, where all the stores. And pretty much a lot of the stores I've seen there, you get them in a lot of the boroughs, and even some cities in Jersey, like Newark, also Jersey City. So, but let's see what we can find over here. And this is Pitkin Avenue. And then to my right, I see like a beautiful street mural that I'm gonna go check it out. Already getting distracted here. I literally just started the main street. But let me check out this mural, because it looks pretty cool. This is a really cool street art, and it says, "Welcome to Brownsville." And, you know, Brooklyn has a lot of street art, so it's pretty nice to see it right here. This is really cool. I like it. And you see the main street with the street art. And another cool thing that I want to show you that is, I'm gonna assume that's mostly Brownsville, is that once you get off the main street, it's just pretty much houses and residential area. So you see all the houses over here, and they have like the parking lot. You know, I know a couple of people that live in this neighborhood, so. And I think even some parts of East New York is like this, and Canarsie. But yeah, let's keep exploring a couple more blocks of Pitkin Avenue. Not sure, but one thing I know, there's a lot of police passing around. That's how you know you're in a different vibe of neighborhood in New York City, but Tons of shops over here. Snipes, that's like a sneaker shop. Then you're gonna find another balls in New York City. They also got like jewelry stores, 99-cent stores over here. So basically you got it all, you know. And that's one thing I like about New York City, that you don't need malls or anything. You could just go to a neighborhood and get whatever you need. They got like a pharmacy, shoe store. They got that literally in my neighborhood too, where I live. I think if you want to dress with swag or get like some good outfits or clothes and blend in like New York City, you got to come in neighborhoods like this, where they sell a little bit of everything. And today, I guess it's not busy. Maybe later in the summertime, the vibes will change. But I got to tell you that I'm loving this neighborhood. There goes another cop. Wow. It's being already like the fourth police that I see passing by. I gotta tell you, this street reminds me a bit of Knickerbocker Avenue and Bushwick, also Fifth Avenue and Sunset Park. But I mean, obviously it makes sense because this is Brooklyn, so a lot of neighborhoods that connect with each other. And the street keeps going, and a lot of cool stuff, you know. Pretty vibrant street, and I'm liking it. You know, it doesn't really get much footage because, you know, only gets the negativity of this neighborhood. But I think, like any other place, not just New York or in the world, there's good and bad, but it's mostly more good and bad. A lot of great people. Good and bad people, mostly good people, so you just gotta be alert and always show respect no matter where you go. But I think I'm gonna make it by Rockaway Avenue, start making it down south of Brownsville and see what can I find there. I think it's gonna be pretty much more residential, but we'll see what's happening over there. So this is Rockaway Avenue, and this part over here is pretty lively too. With a lot of stores, there's even street vendors there, and they're playing songs from the West Indies. So I'm gonna assume there's a huge community of West Indies people here, like party Jamaican. But yeah, I'm gonna make it more ahead to see what can I find. And I think if I go ahead, you're gonna start seeing a lot of what we call in New York, the PJs, the housing projects, which are mostly tall buildings with people from low income. But don't get it wrong, you know, it gets a super bad reputation, but there's a lot of famous artists from New York that come out of those buildings. So here you can see the shops, how they promote the sales that they got. There's a couple of Dominican spots, hair salons. VIM is also like a store where they sell a lot of clothes for a really decent price. I like how well maintained the street is, and they got rainbows, which you see all over the city too. So I gotta tell you, I'm really, really impressed with the neighborhood, and I'm happy that I came here. This should be like another cool street, Belmont Avenue. So I gotta tell you, this area is kind of giving me vibes of Jamaica Avenue in Queens, like the same style, like all the stores and all the shopping district. Like it just keeps going, you know. Shops, African boutique, where they do braids, and you see the Dominican flag. So yeah, this is really cool. Pretty cool. Not only you got the stores in the streets, but also like in the corner, they got like a lot of street art. So they try to beautify the neighborhood. And then ahead of me, they're developing a tall building right here. So believe it or not, I'm impressed. Maybe a lot of people, they don't like it, but I like this type of neighborhoods. You know, this is where you get like the real vibe of New York City, you know. Over here you see they're developing this nice building. So I'm gonna merge my right here by Murder Gaston Street. Seems like it's also like another busy area. I think over here might be a little bit of the rougher part. That's what people warn me. Over here is a different vibe with the neighborhood. Mostly the PJs, like we call in New York, or the housing projects. You can see over here, surrounded. And like I say, these buildings, they don't get good reputation, but I've been in some of these buildings, not here, but I've been to one in Manhattan and Queens. We got them all over New York City. This is called the Brownsville houses right here. And believe it or not, you know, depending the people that maintain them, sometimes if you go on the inside, it's pretty nice, pretty spacious and stuff. And then I think in East New York, they got also like a lot of housing projects too. Like I say, it's all over New York and the Bronx. So it just keeps going. I think I'm gonna do maybe one more block down, then merge to my right to go to another side, because I noticed there's a couple of local parks that I want to check out. I see the subway line. I'm gonna assume that's the 3 train that I took to get here. It's supposed to be only like a 30-minute commute, I think. Actually, I'm gonna go for here. 30-minute commute, but the train was a little bit delayed. Another thing that I noticed is behind there in the corner, a lot of police patrolling. Not sure if something happened over here, or you already know what the deal is when you see that. But yeah, a lot of division, you know, in terms of where the police patrol. in neighborhoods like this, you know, because it's are mostly black and brown districts. So, but yeah, let me make it to the other side to see what can I find. I know it's gonna turn much more residential. This is a really cute, really cool mural. We are Brownsville. I like it over here. Represents, you know, highly the African American community right here. And now I'm making it one of the regular streets, and pretty nice. It's like we got some different type of apartments that I've never seen, like the structural buildings. They're even labeled by their numbers. And then there's a local park over here, and I think across the street, there should be like another local park. And then you walk around, it's just mostly, like I say, houses and apartment complex. I think this is like a playground right here. Then let me see what this street looks like. And then at the end, you see the elevated subway line or the 3 train. But yeah, that's what you get in Brownsville. It's called Imagination Playground at Betsy Head. So pretty cool, and it seems like they developed it a little bit. I wanted to get some restrooms around here. That's another trick in terms of bathroom. Go to local parks here and find restrooms. But in the winter season, they usually close around 4 o'clock. But in the summer, they usually open up a little late. So yeah, pretty nice. You can bring your kids here and play around. And you really feel the community vibe. Like nobody, you know, if you respect each other, they treat you right. So there's another local park across the street that I'm gonna check it out. I think they have like a baseball field, but we'll find out. But that park is really cool. It's a nice looking park. So now let me see what's in this other side. Then over here to my right, you can see there are some houses. But then if I merge to my left, there is a track field. And when I was a kid, I used to love running in the track back home. But yeah, this is where you're gonna get. And so far, it looks pretty beautiful. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the park by Central Avenue in Jersey City. But yeah, this is really cool. Wow. They got this. There's a public restroom in the corner. By the way, the public restroom in the first part that I checked is closed. But yeah, this is what you get. And then a lot of houses in the subway line passes over this way, the 3 train. So let me see how this feels. Yeah, it's a little soft structure, so yeah, pretty nice. So you could do like your running, your workout around here. And then I think in the summertime, they got like a pool over here that should be cool. But I mean, with all the walking that you do in New York City, I feel like sometimes you don't need a gym, you know, this is just like a pretty good cardio. But yeah, I feel, you know, it's a little shame what the media does to this neighborhood. I'm pretty sure like, this is like any other type of neighborhood. Yes, there are good and bad stuff, but I'm seeing a lot of great stuff here, you know. Just like anything else, just like any other neighborhood, you know, nothing crazy out of the ordinary. Then you're gonna see the subway line passing by. There it goes. Awesome. And you got a basketball court here too. So it's good that they have sports here, you know, for the young people. They got something to do, you know, during the time. Today the weather, it's not too bad. It could be a little bit cold, but it's not really like brutal. So I know little by little it's gonna get pretty nice. Then I like the green and the fun. Then you can play football. Here in the States we call it soccer, but I like to call it football. Or you get to sit down and chill over here. Then once you make it outside the park, it's just nice looking houses. Like I say, you know, most of the neighborhood is just apartment complex. Like over here, you can see, got the apartments and they look pretty nice. Kind of resemble some of the apartments in Astoria, Queens, you know. Well, I like this. Who would have thought you could find this over here? Then over here, you know, family houses. Then it just keeps going down. This is Riverdale Avenue, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk the other side, past Rockaway Avenue, because I know there's a couple of little parks over there, and see what else can I find in the neighborhood. I think the most what you're gonna see from here is just regular houses. You know, but so far, do I like Brownsville? I gotta answer yes, I like it, you know, and like I say, it's just like any other types of neighborhoods. So, you know, it's always good to explore other areas and always show respect, you know, and common sense, and you should be fine. And then over here we got some of these houses for sale. That's the realtor right there. Pretty interesting. So they're selling like this. Looks like it's a townhouse, like 2-in-1. But they extend all the way in the back, so I guess somebody can invest and have like a couple of rooms over there and fix it up, you know. So we got more happening over this way. And I see like a new building ahead of me, a couple of blocks down. Here we got more new buildings. So you can see they start building new buildings, and there's only a couple of blocks from the 3 train line. And it spans all the way in the back, so I'm gonna assume they have like a parking. Kind of looks like some lofts. This one here in the corner is also, seems like it's a little bit new. And over there's Rockaway Avenue, so I'm gonna cross to the other side. And there should be like some mini parks happening over that way. So we got a mini playground over here. Then they got a basketball court in the back. Then like many neighborhoods in New York City, they got the chairs where you can play checkers or chess. So, you know, that's something that's pretty interesting. Here to my left, it seems like they got another park, but it's probably not fixed, but maybe if they develop it, it should be nice. Then a lot of apartment complex, you know, a lot of houses. So yeah, it's a really super residential area over here. And pretty nice. And another thing I like is that the sidewalks are pretty wide. So, you know, easy for you to walk around. But yeah, so far Brownsville, gotta say I'm impressed, and I've been loving it so far, exploring this neighborhood. So yeah, I had a blast today. As you can see, it's mostly houses, and they even got their own driveway or parking lot. And the subway lines over that way, and then you got the PJs ahead. So that was the end of my video exploring Brownsville here in Brooklyn, New York. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there. Everybody, God bless y'all. And peace.